All right, have and have not fans. Now, what we're going to do for this particular video, I'm going to be talking about Battle for the Past. I did do another video I posted on Wednesday, pretty much going over the details of, hey, OWN dropped a ton of news on Tuesday from the new Have and Have Nots episode, the seasonal trailer, and If Loving You Is Wrong. Now, what I'm going to do here, we're talking about Battle for the Past, which is an episode I personally said I am looking forward to a lot because the episode synopsis was talking about how after everyone gets to the hospital, a lot of secrets are revealed. So pretty much a lot of tea is going to be spilled. And for this video, I'm primarily going to be focusing on the final 30 seconds or so of Speak Through It, you know, basically during the end credit scene where they had the brief scenes from the upcoming episode. Not much to go off of because it was only 30 seconds, but I am aware that in the extended preview we got for the season, some of the scenes clearly seem like they're going to be in next Tuesday's episode, while a lot of other scenes look like they're coming from future episodes this season. So for this video only, I'm only going to be referring to the end of the last episode. So there's some things I kind of either gloss over or don't mention. Jeremy, it was in the... Wait a second, because what I'm going to do... Look, guys... Remember how Catherine Cryer called me out? Remember that? Remember that?
Okay, I know we say it all the time, that you're not going to believe the next season, but what I'm here to tell you is you're going to be blown away. You're not going to see it coming. You're not going to be able to guess anything. Don't even try. Don't go on. Don't do your little stories. It's going to knock your socks off. Oh, you're going to love it.
Yeah, that's why I said in my other video, my season trailer breakdown, I'm doing that last. So after this video, I'm going to record my If Loving You Is Wrong trailer breakdown, because I was short, sweet, and to the point. And then I'm going to do my episode review for Speak Through It. I mean, that's going to be a lengthy one as well. But the trailer breakdown, that's my baby. That's the one that I hope will crack 100,000 views in no time. That's the one. I'm probably, what's today, Thursday? So I'll probably release it Friday or Saturday. And I will try, I can't promise it, but I'm actually going to try to do that new thing on YouTube where it's called like video premiere, where it's like an event, you know, where I'm chatting with you all as the video is airing. So I want to make it as interactive as possible. So I'm really treating that video very, very carefully, very, very special. And I want it to be as thorough as possible. That way I can show OWN and Catherine Cryer that I got the goods, you know. But in any case, what we're going to do here is thanks to some help, I actually got the last 30 seconds or so of the episode. We're going to go ahead and play that now. And when I come back, we're going to go ahead and talk about what we just saw.
It'll be an interesting 4 years.
Well, we're hoping for 8.
As long as you're sitting with her, you'll probably just get...
Oh, what?
So where you been?
Out.
With him?
Jeffrey, I'm not the enemy, okay?
But I need you to do something for me.
What?
Are you dating her?
No, we're just having sex.
That Broderick, he can just go.
Oh, Catherine, stop it.
Go!
I'm sorry. Did that hurt?
Alright, so once again, not too much to work off of, but I'm actually fine with that. Like I said, I'm very, very excited for this episode as a whole. So if I don't get much information, I'm completely fine. Like I already got the episode synopsis. We got some pretty interesting things in the actual trailer. If I were to pick something that I'm most excited for, it's the hospital scene where we have Mitch and Landon in the back, you know, the back row of chairs closer to the wall. Secret Service is there as well. And then it reminds me, it's just like the awkward dinner, you know, where it's like, guess who's coming to dinner? Where you have Candace and Charles on one side, then you have Derek and Hannah on the other. And the dialogue just is amazing. I mean, what did he say? It's like, it's going to be an interesting 4 years. Oh, we're hoping for 8 with you sitting next to her or her sitting next to you. It's only going to be 4. I love how Hannah puts her fingers up and then Charles is just like, you know, smiling the whole time. And it's funny because, you know, Hannah is pretty much acting, or I'm not saying acting, but Hannah is pretty much assuming that Charles is unaware of who Candace is, but unbeknownst to her, Charles does know, and that's what makes it so funny. So I'm really going to hope for I really hope to see the interaction between those four go on for a bit. Hopefully even Derek gets some dialogue here. It looks like, he's uncomfortable about the whole situation because remember, he knows that Candace was the one that sent Malik, or quote unquote that thug, after her mother. So that's really going to be interesting as well. And it's just one of those things where I feel like when this episode airs, I'm going to have to do an entire video just about that scene because there's so many little things about it, such as, remember, Mitch and Candace used to date. Remember that. Mitch and Candace used to date. So he's sitting there, away from his ex, who's sitting next to the president-elect. Then you have Landon sitting in the back row as well. And guess what? He's attracted to Charles, and he's sitting next to his future first lady. And remember, that he was friends with Candace as well. Then you have, the Derek and Charles situation because, all right, it looks like we have these men who are too good to be true for two strong, independent, and troubled black women who just refuse help from other people, refuse to be vulnerable around others, but they seemingly have found the men who can help them carry their load, and they can be themselves around. But at the end of the day, what secrets are they hiding? Charles picking this, whore out of every woman in the country to be his first lady, something doesn't seem right about that. Derek, with his unknown past and ties to Veronica, we don't know what he was in jail for, the exact crowd he was running with. Is he really Candace's father? Is he the man with the lion tattoo, the one that raped Hannah? But there are just so many things. So it's just amazing how this scene can go down. So I want to stop talking about that right now because, like I said, I know when this episode airs, I will definitely have to do a separate video just on this scene alone. And I think it's like, what, you're dating him? Oh no, we're sleeping together. This is going to be funny as hell. So I'm really interested. I feel like the tension / sarcastic nature and the awkwardness of this scene is probably going to be broken up when the nurse or doctor comes out from the back to tell how Benny's doing. So we can pretty much assume that we're going to pick up where we left off in the hospital. And I could not care less if this scene took 10 minutes or so. As long as it isn't stiff or anything, I hope it goes well. This is the scene I am looking forward to the most. Then we have Justin approaching Jeffrey and Madison at the hospital. Pretty much the same old thing with Justin. It's like, what are you doing? It's like, oh, I've been busy hanging out with him. Then in a later scene, it looks like, Madison saying, hey, look, I'm not the enemy. Jeffrey's, grabbing his jaw like he was hit in the face. And even though I said I wasn't going to talk about the trailer, yes, in the actual season trailer, we did get a brief scene where it looks like Justin punches Jeffrey across the face and security escorts him out of the building. So we do know that goes down. I don't know if it's because Jeffrey, and I don't want to say Jeffrey runs his mouth, but Jeffrey says something that he really, wanted to say and should have said. I mean, he just threw his mother over the balcony. He's not trying to hear any shit from Justin. So that's going to be interesting in itself. Very brief, but Wyatt asked Sarah for something. It could be either sex or it could be, just questions in regards to how can I bring my parents down. I'm pretty sure that's possibly going to be what's said. Let's see here. Yeah, then the last thing I want to talk about, it looks like Jim goes back to the Artesian Hotel and goes to see Catherine, who's in bed pretty much, living it up after a threesome. And Jim is trying to bring her down from her high, if you will, by saying, look, the contact, Sarah, things have gone south. We need to clear this right now with the bullets because if not, we're going to jail, or one of us is going to jail. It's like, fine, take care of it, or something like that. What did she say? Yeah, pretty much, well, then take care of it. I think that and yes, I'll talk about this in my episode review as well as its own separate video, but I think Catherine being so cavalier is the term, I guess is the best way to do it, or just so aloof, just being numb to everything going on. I feel like that's going to be her downfall. So I'm not saying that I'm not happy to see Catherine happy, but I just feel now is not the time to be a loose cannon. because remember, she was the one that killed Jennifer. So I mean, she's loving the fact that she can rub the whole Broderick thing in his face, like, oh, he can just go and go and go. And then later on in the trailer, I think at the very end, it looks like he elbows Broderick. It's like, oh, I'm sorry, did that hurt? In the like the bar area of the hotel. So it looks like, I don't know if he walks in on Broderick and Rocky as they're coming out of the hotel room, or if he just walks in while Catherine's there. I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. But I do think it is safe to assume that Battle for the Past is definitely going to be a great episode. Maybe talking about the past is going to involve, you know, Candace, Hannah, possibly Derek. I mean, the fact that they know who he is. Then we have Mitch and Landon there as well. If you want to battle for the past, if you will, you have Jim and Candace and all of his horrors on one side versus what Catherine's doing now with Rocky and Broderick and whatnot at the hotel. I mean, again, she's really going to love throwing this in Jim's face. And I'm not saying he doesn't deserve some comeuppance, but for the sake of her not being arrested, she should really take this seriously. And no, I'm not being a Catherine hater. I'm just saying that, you know, I mean, you're the one that killed Jennifer, so I would be a little more, you know, proactive about, okay, Jim's plan, who said he would handle it. But to be fair to Jim somewhat, I can't believe I'm saying it, he was trying to rally the troops from the beginning. Ever since he got out of jail and then walked in and saw, you know, that Jennifer was dead on the floor, he was the one who's like, look, we got to get Veronica. We need to see whose side are these people on. Look, David, Catherine, Veronica, we all need to huddle together and take care of this. But then everybody, it almost felt like I was watching Captain America Civil War and the Avengers were falling apart. You know, they were taking sides. They were doing their own thing. Catherine, Veronica burnt down the house. Then Jim and David, it was just crazy. So yeah, Battle for the Past, I am definitely looking forward to this episode. Based off the preview, what was your favorite part? Like I said, the dialogue with Hannah is like, it's going to be an interesting 4 years. We're hoping for 8. With you sitting next to her, it's only going to be 4. Charles's face is classic. But yeah, guys, thanks so much for tuning in. And yes, just please, I do appreciate, I don't think anybody has rushed me yet, and I appreciate it because I think you all know that I take these extreme season trailer breakdowns very seriously because of the fact that we've waited so long to get it. I want to make sure this video is as well done as possible. So after I finish recording this, I am going to go to If Loving You Is Wrong, and I should have these videos up later tonight if everything works out. Congratulations on making it to the end of this video. If you like what you saw, be sure to hit that thumbs up button as well as leaving your thoughts in the comment section below so we can keep the conversation going. On the left hand side of the screen, you should see a picture of Jeffrey Harrington. You can click on him in order to subscribe, but also hit the bell notification icon. That way you don't miss out on any new content. Also, you should see some videos appearing on the screen as well that I'm pretty sure you'll enjoy if you enjoyed the one you just saw. But also, be sure to follow me on social media such as Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Links to all my social media will be in the description below. And in order to help this channel hit 100,000 subscribers, I'm going to need your help. So make sure to share this video as well as the channel around with all of your friends on your own social media. But once again, thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll catch you all in the next video.